Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Hikiko, and welcome to the last cool stream of 2020. We are entering into the world of 2021. What a brave, new, exciting world. And I'm not entering it alone. You're all here with me. I can see you down below in chat because I enabled the widget. And now you're here with me. Good old Hikiko. But I didn't come unprepared. Oh no, today's stream snacks include high quality H2O drank out of an E3 2016 mug from the PlayStation experience. Only the most authentic streamers drink out of that cup. Hold on, let me fix my Xbox here. My Xbox just went to sleep. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Come on. Sometimes you gotta poke it. Okay, it's back. Not only that, but I have been dabbling into the realm of peanut butter flavored candies. And you know what I found? On clearance, $2. peanut butter M&Ms. They're not exactly as good as Reese's Pieces, but I do enjoy them. They're creamy. They're more of a, they have more of the filling, more of the peanut butter. They're creamy, smooth, and delicious. A staple in all stream snacks, of course, you've come to know the kombucha, Kavita. Vita means life. Remember the PS Vita? I do. Kavita brand tart cherry kombucha. Usually I go with the ginger and turmeric. Turmeric is such a weird word. You guys know who Medea is? Tyler Perry. Oh, Lord. Tyler Perry. When I say turmeric, I always think I'm saying it like Medea, like turmeric. Well, I take turmeric every day for my skin to prevent inflammation and my joints. I'm an editor. I've got editor's carpal tunnel, and turmeric helps with that. Not only that, did you think I was going to stop with those stream snacks, okay? I had a banana before, it's gone now. Silent Hill 2 reference in the bank, okay? I have one more thing. What did you ask for Christmas? From old Saint Nick, Hikiko, what did you ask for? I'm going to show it to you, but you got to promise not to get jealous, okay? This is not a jealousy cool stream. This is just a typical share what you have cool stream. I didn't ask for the world. Okay? Oh no, not me. Straight out of your grandfather's collection, I asked Santa Claus to steal it from your grandpa and gift it to me because your grandpa doesn't need it anymore. Right here. Look at this. This right. Can we focus? Can we focus, Hikiko? Stanley Thermos. Green. Green is the theme today. Green is the word. It's the word that you heard. This is a Stanley Thermos. Okay, science experiment. Didn't think we were going to be doing a little experiment here on the cool stream, but I got this Stanley Thermos. Thank you, Santa Claus, for this. What would you put in a Stanley Thermos? Soup? Coffee? Tea. I made this tea 2 days ago. Over 30-ish hours. Okay, I haven't done the math. This is just a hypothesis. I made this tea from the brewing kettle. From the kettle, mate. I'm just going to go put on the kettle. I'm going to put on the kettle. I did that shit against my better judgment. And I brewed some Lipton brand tea. We're going to pop this. This is the vacuum seal. We're popping it here, live on stream. I don't know if you can see that through YouTube's compression. I don't know if you can see that at my whole 4,500 kilobytes per second here. But there is steam. There is steam coming out. Can you hear that steam? ASMR? Can you hear that steam coming out? It is still hot. Almost 40 hours later. Right there. I don't have to put on the kettle as much anymore. I don't have to put on the kettle that much anymore, mate. I don't have to do that. I've got a whole jug. Okay? This isn't just some neckbeard nest moment. This isn't filled with my own urine yet. Okay? This is Lipton brand tea. And I have like a whole jug of it. I can take this anywhere with me. I can put the cap on. I can use it as a weapon, an improvised weapon if I want to. It honestly looks like an artillery round. I'm so happy with this Christmas present. I'm noticing we have a super chat, a couple super chats, my friends. Let's read those before I get into my next rant. Okay, we got one from M2 135. Love your cool streams. You're a great storyteller that complements them with prosody. I do it. I compliment it with prosody all the time. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, M2 135, for the $10 super chat. You can see it right down below because I've enabled it. I've enabled it for you guys right there, so you can see it. We got another super chat from Kanji Junk. Kanji Junk says, "Have you seen that Sony stole your idea of a PlayStation 2 themed PS5? Kind of a slap in the face with no announcement of backwards compatibility." I know there is a custom shell. Sony was suing. They were threatening to sue, I believe, was it Colorware? I'm thinking it's Colorware. They were threatening to sue somebody who was making alternative shells for your PlayStation 5s. They threatened to sue them. And then I think it was like Colorware. They came out and said, go ahead and sue us, bro. See what happens. You don't own the mold for this. So yeah, that is really disrespectful. What could I say? I'm not surprised with modern Sony. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Kanji Junk. Then we got a $2 super chat from Tim505. How would you feel if York got in Smash? I would think that would be the best thing for Swery's career. And let me tell you something. Speaking of numbers for a name, Suda51 was trying the hardest to get Travis into Smash. That is my conspiracy theory, that he created Travis Strikes Again. He somewhat neutered the character of Travis Touchdown. There's not as much blood or over-the-top violence in Travis Strikes Again. He gave him a whole moveset, a whole variety of different chips, if you will, in the attempt to get Travis in Smash and get all that free publicity. And it sadly ended up just being a Mii costume. Travis kind of got in as a Mii costume, but Suda was close. Suda was closer than Swery. York, I could see York being a fun character to play as, especially got all the skateboarding movesets and stuff you can implement in there. Maybe he'll eat a center sandwich or something to heal. I don't know. I haven't really thought too deeply since he asked me on the spot about Travis's moveset, but yes, I would hope. But knowing that Travis does not own a sword, unless, of course, you do the bonus mission, because York does not have a sword, that just diminishes his chances in getting in on DLC. So that sucks. But anyway, speaking of Swery, thank you so much for reminding me. I got a new video out. See? Do you like this? I actually took this shirt to Japan. When I went on my Japan trip, there's a photo of me with an owl. I was trying to recreate Swery's little white owls photo there. I did send it to Swery. He did like that tweet, which means we are friends. Nobody recognized it. And I'm not surprised. I bet nobody in Japan knows about D4, except for the streamer Dogma Kozai, because Dogma Kozai streamed with Swery. But besides Dogma, nobody in Japan knew about D4 except for Swery's tiny booth in the Tokyo Game Show. And he announced the game. It's all in the video. The only D4 documentary in the world right here. Let me read some of these things on my shirt. All the food items that David can eat are on my shirt. So we got deviled eggs, dumplings, Danish bacon. I've never had Danish bacon. Dim sum, delicious. Dates, can be good. I like Fig Newtons. Deep dish pizza. That's a Chicago favorite. We need something from Boston. We got durians, stinky fruit. What is that? Dietini pasta? And devil's food cake. You guys get the point. They all begin with D. This was one of the only D4 merchandise that I could find original OC content up on redbubble.com. That's where I get a lot of my shirts. And I give gifts there, too. I get all my gift ideas from Redbubble and Etsy. Support the small guys. All right, guys. Well, you came here for a little talk about the Series X. So I get all these people that come in to my stuff, and they shit post all the time saying, oh, Xbox has got no games. Why would you do that? Why would you turn your back on Sony? Aren't you a Sony pony? Just like the rest of us? Did you forget all the Japanese games? Gravity Rush? Yeah, I have the PS4. That's the last hurrah. That is the last hurrah of the Japanese games. Because guess what? All them Japanese developers, they're moving directly to form their own third-party studios, and they'll be on everything. That's right. We got rid of the creator of Siren, Silent Hill, Gravity Rush, gone. Kiichiro Toyama, bye-bye. Okay, creator of The Last Guardian, Shadow of the Colossus, Ico, he's gone. He left during the development of The Last Guardian, gone. Creator Parappa, gone. You tell me where the Japanese games are. Who's the developers that are who are left? Who are left? Can't name a whole lot. They've all gone third party. Ryan Dyan, $9.99. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all broke back mountain in there. We always broke back mountain right here in this stream, okay? We are. Thank you so much, Ryan. I miss you, man. That is Rai Rai. He is a longtime friend of the channel, longtime friend in real life. I miss him. Haven't been able to see him. You guys know the reason. I ain't gonna go into that. I made a promise to myself. I'm not gonna talk about you know what, because fuck that. It's already controlled enough of my life and your life. Fuck that. No more time. 2021, it's all over, in my opinion. It's turning over a new leaf. Only happy streams here. Where was I? Why did I get the Series X? First and foremost, I love convenience. I'm a man of convenience. That's why I eat peanut butter M&Ms. I'm a man of convenience. I like to have everything in one spot. Okay? Less finding HDMI cables, less finding power cables, less pulling discs off shelves and doing this and that, and configuring the BIOS and downloading the emulator and the widescreen hacks. I don't like doing all that. Okay? I want a system that's ready to go, that's fast, that runs the games at least 60 frames per second. Game Pass, all these little games like Game Pass fodder games, all these games that I typically wouldn't play or buy or I'd get on a deep discount anyway, they're right there. I got hundreds of games through Game Pass instantly. Don't have to go out and buy shit. Guess what? My copy of Yakuza from the Xbox One that I purchased, already updated. It's updated. It's 4K. Runs at 60 frames. Has all the patches. Has all the cool shit right there. No additional fee. I just popped it in, downloaded my game save, done. I'm in. That's all I've been playing is Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's very nice. Also, I've got Xbox games. I got 360 games. Xbox One games that I missed out on. My library from the Xbox One that I downloaded, basically D4. And then we got a little game changer. We got a little game changer right here. We're gonna show you. Does it stop there? No. Because now I'm playing Hammer and Hero on the PSP. That was seamless. That was a seamless transition into Hammer and Hero. You've never seen that on any other stream but the Cool Stream. Okay? We're going through all the tutorials. Okay, yeah. Okay. We're going to leave now. And then she's going to cook us a bento real quick. This is all live on stream. Series X. 10 times the native resolution. 10 times the native resolution, Hammer and Hero. You've never seen anyone play on their Series X in real time, 10 times the native resolution of Hammer and Hero. Boom, we're in the game. No bullshit. I'm sorry, can my PS5 that I don't own play Hammer and Hero? I don't think so. Oh, I'm sick of it, okay? I want to play something else. Let's go back and just hop into RetroArch. Okay, now the game has changed even further. Xbox has no games. Xbox doesn't have no games. It has all the games. What do I want to play? Do I want to play Sega Dreamcast? Got Blue Stinger ready to go. It's got all the box art. Do I want to play PlayStation? Brave Fencer Musashi. PS5 can't even play one PS1 game, let alone all PS1 games. Thank you so much, Kanji Junk, for the super chat. I see that $5. Let's read it real quick. Tones down, Travis character, me costume, Bayonetta, I'm freaking celebrity, Smash character confirmed. It's Stratos Blues, new year, new screen name. Thank you, Stratos. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. How did sexy MILF Bayonetta, Titty Witch Bayonetta, get in, but not Travis? Suda got screwed over. And the funny thing is, Travis is a sword character. He had high chances of getting in, but he still didn't. Guys, can your PS5 play one PS1 game? Can it play Dino Crisis 2? Can I just run it? Can I run Dino Crisis 2 on a PS5? Just let me know. In chat, let me know if your PS5 can run Dino Crisis 2, and maybe my opinion will change. Can it run it with this gorgeous CRT filter that looks like shit on the YouTube stream? Let me know. You might need to full screen it to really appreciate the CRT filter that I have applied to Dino Crisis 2 running on my Xbox Series X that has no games, but also has every game. Every game, one spot, seamless transition. I'm not even working for Microsoft, folks. This is incidental. This is all incidental. And now we're playing Capcom's classic forgotten franchise Dino Crisis 2. 2Tim505, you gonna play Halo? What do you think, bub? What do you think? I got the Halo box. I'm Halo fan Ichiban right here. I bought the system that advertises the game that won't be out in the same year as the system, okay? That's the kind of fan I am. Right there, CRT shader, original aspect ratio, bilinear filtering, okay? Dino Crisis 2, a classic right here. We can just hop in anytime. We can skip all the cutscenes, okay? I can give you a synopsis, okay? And there's a dinosaur island, and science experiments, things go wrong. Cleanup crew, you're in the cleanup crew. That's Dino Crisis 2's plot. And then you're also your own grandpa. That's what happens. There we are. As easy as that. And look, I can check out the map in real time on Dino Crisis 2 when I accidentally hit that button. And then we're in. Look at this. Here's the loading screens. Remember loading screens? Xbox Series X RetroArch has them. PS5 does not have Dino Crisis 2. Therefore, it's missing out on thousands of exclusives that it could potentially have. And now we're just going to, boom, our combo meter. Let's try and get our combat multiplier even higher today on this cool stream. So, until any of you Sony ponies out there can show me a PS5 running Dino Crisis 2, I think you've lost the console war. From now until forever. All right, let's back out of this. I just wanted to show you. It runs. Okay, let me tell you what this runs. It runs NES, SNES, Genesis, Sega CD, Saturn. It runs 3DO. It runs TurboGrafx. It runs all the Ataris. It runs the ZX Spectrum, mate. It runs the ZX Spectrum. Let me put on the kettle and play me ZX Spectrum. Ah, yes. It plays ZX Spectrum. It plays PlayStation 1. It plays PlayStation 2, a new edition, work in progress. It plays Wii. It plays GameCube. You can put high-resolution textures, play that shit in 4K. Can you do that on a PS5 with your one game? With your one game. I saw that shit poster. You guys think I'm not reading the chats at all times? I saw that shit poster coming in here saying Xbox doesn't have, and it had no games, has all games. Hashtag all games in chat. Let me see hashtag all games in chat. Give me Hassy cans if my Hassy peeps are there. This has changed everything. Everything. And guess what? All you PC people, well, my PC can play PlayStation games. Big deal. Yeah. But look at this. I got Xbox 360. I also have original Xbox games. They're on the disc, like right here. I have Black right there. Remember the Brent story? Remember Black? I've got that. I've got all these Game Pass games that I got for $1. Jonathan Spotswood, $50. Woo! I had to put on the kettle for that, mate. $50. I can't hang out. Gotta bounce. Love you lots. Thanks for the past few months of quality media. Hoping to hang out with you for real in 2021. We'll make it happen. I'm not afraid. I'm taking my life back starting today with the Series X. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for the $50 super chat. Thank you all for the super chats today. I'm not here to make you jealous. I'm just here to correct the record. The Series X is the best system. Check it out. I can hop in to Alan Wake. Guess what? Quick resume. Look at that in the top right corner. It's going to pick up exactly where I left off. Okay? And then I also got a Game Pass thing. Okay, that didn't go well. Let's do that again. Sorry. We're doing this live. This is a technical. You didn't see that. Whoop. Okay? It should be able to pick up exactly where I left off. Well, maybe not. Let's restart. Alan Wake is going to pick up exactly where I left off. And I'll show you exactly where I left off here in just 1 second. Maybe it's because I'm not connected. I haven't connected my box in here. And it's probably looking for the key. That's DRM for you. Black is a classic. Hashtag all games. What is going on here? Oh, it's just restarting my Xbox. Okay. Okay. That's not what I was hoping for. Okay. Now, redo. I was on such a good kick there. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I ran all that RetroArch shit off beforehand. Quick resume. It's going to pick up where I last left off. There we are. Episode 2. Okay. I believe this is not the Xbox's fault because I was running RetroArch on it. But there we are. We're back in Alan Wake where I was. I got an achievement just for logging in. And now to impress you even further, we're going to hop back into where I was on Yakuza. Seamless switching. Up to 5 different games, I believe, at one time. We're going to hit A. And then boom, I'm in Yakuza. That's what I'm talking about. Hashtag all the games. Let me check the chat here. I'm sorry, chat. I'm so excited to share this with you. I've been holding on to this on the inside. Okay, you can see all my stats there. I'm about level 50 with most of my characters. I've been really playing. I've been doing all the side stuff, so I take forever to go through Yakuza games. Caption Panic 98 asks, how was your Christmas? It was pretty good. I stayed home on the inside and just ate a bunch of food, played a bunch of video games, did a lot of work. Actually, December 24th, I was working up until Christmas Eve on that D4 video, and I was like a zombie. I was up for like 30 hours making sure everything was right, and the next day, I just didn't say a whole word. I was just laying down in my recliner, and I was just like, I'm so glad that's over. I'm so glad it's over. We're getting all these messages from King Game Review over here. Should we open them on stream? I don't want to do that on stream. I'll wait till after stream. So yeah, my Christmas was just mostly recovering from that D4 edit. If you guys didn't know, I put out an hour and some change long retrospective. Honestly, it was going to be longer, believe it or not. It was going to be much longer, but I wanted to cut it for time. I set myself a deadline of Christmas Eve, which I almost didn't make, but I did. I set myself a deadline to Christmas Eve, and I just started going at it, and I had to cut a section out, but honestly, it was for the better. It was for the sake of the quality of the video, so sometimes that has to happen. I did it with the original Deadly Premonition video. I had to cut out a whole rant, but I think overall it benefited the game. So here we are. We're playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. Right now my characters are in Osaka, Japan. Osaka is not the main city. Osaka is just like one of the smaller sections of the game. But right now I'm grinding. I won't tell you why I'm grinding. I'll just put it this way. There is a character that I'm facing who's really, really tough. Everyone says like the toughest battle is in like chapter 12 when you have to fight off against like these two guys who I won't name. This game has a lot of casual filters, and I tried to rush through the ending because I was so excited to see what was going to happen. I hit a brick wall in the game, and right now I'm just grinding and doing some side questing. I figured I'd show you guys. It was running in a silky smooth 60 frames per second. The Series X version has multiple modes. It has the frame rate mode, which is 60 frames, lower texture quality, or it has like the 4K HDR, highest quality stuff, but 60 frames. I don't even give a shit if the game runs in 720p, so long as I can play in 60 frames. That's what matters to me. Smooth performance, quick loading. This game has it all. I see Max in the chat. Hey Max, Miles, you're hiding facts. PS5 can play one PS1 game, Medieval. That is correct. Max, you are correct. It can play Medieval. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, there may be another odd one in there, but it can play some PS2 games, the ones that I showed you in that video, the PS2 classics. But that's pretty much it right now, unless you count the remakes. There's a bunch of remakes and remasters. I tend to do auto battle. My focus in this game is just doing the timed hits. Yakuza Like a Dragon has an auto battle mode, and you can set like the AI to do other things like be adaptable, prioritize healings, or don't use skills. Basically, since I'm in the middle of town, I use all the skills because I can just go and eat and heal my MP. But like Super Mario RPG, Yakuza Like a Dragon implements more timed hits. So you'll see occasionally button prompts on the screen where I either have to guard or activate a certain mode for more damage. But yes. Lee's says director's cut. D4 director's cut. Maybe. But honestly, if I were to make a cut, I'm kind of happy with how the video is now. The thing that was missing that I deliberately cut out of the video was a version comparison. But there's only really 2 different versions. There's a backwards compatibility with the Series X, but it removes the Connect feature. And I guess the only major benefit is faster loading, less frequent texture pop-in, no screen tearing, that sort of thing. So if I ever do a director's cut of the D4 video, I'll include that in there. I have it mostly edited. I just had a few more things. Like, I was trying to render the video at 4K, and I'm like, not everyone across the world watches videos at 4K. I mean, the infrastructure just isn't there internationally. most people watch shit on their phones, let's be real. So I didn't want to render the whole video at 4K. It would have taken a whole day to do that. So I cut out that segment. I may restore it in a later time, but honestly, I think the video's just fine without it. There wasn't too many revelations in there. But I'm very happy with that. If you haven't seen it, please go watch Sweary Files 3, Dark Dreams Don't Die. Nobody on the internet has covered half the shit I covered, okay? Or any of it, for that matter. I would say most of the stuff I talked about, brand new stuff. Brand new. I reveal the mysteries of Season 2. I figure out who killed little Peggy. I figure out all the grand secrets, and I share them with you. You don't have to think anymore, baby bird. I'm going to explain it for you. Videos are better when you don't have to think. But I do let you know. I asked these questions that I asked myself. Really, the D4 video was questions I had about D4's plot because it's unfinished. So that's what's going on with that video. It's a good video. I'm very proud of it. The whole Sweary Files this year was like the hardest I've ever worked on the channel in editing and all that good stuff. So I'm very happy with how it all turned out, quite frankly. And I think the reaction was way better than I was expecting. So thank you guys for showing up and leaving all those kind comments, supporting me on Patreon and Super Chats. Keeps me motivated, keeps me honest. It really does. There's that sense of obligation within me. Like, I don't want to let you guys down, and that really drives me. So, I was a zombie. You can ask my girlfriend. The next day, I just didn't fucking move. I was like, my eyes were bloodshot. I was like, I'm done. I did it. I did all the live action stuff too, like all my segments in one take. It was brutal. I was just like, I don't know how to say, but I really went all in on that shit. I didn't procrastinate. I just was like, I spent a long time thinking about the game and thinking about all the outcomes and stuff like that and going through all my notes. Like I've been working on this D4 script since earlier this year. It's what I wanted to make the most, but I felt like if I didn't cover Deadly Premonition and Sweary's other work, it just wouldn't make sense to go into it just out of nowhere. So I've just been building up for my own personal reasons the D4 video. So that was the one I wanted to make the most, and I'm glad I made it. And now I'm just left thinking, like, what am I going to do next? So I did put out a Patreon post about that if you want to check it out. Just some overall, like, what I'm feeling for the next year. And yeah, I'm very excited. Basically, in a nutshell, I'm trying to do some shorter videos. LA Gray says, old key. We got Century is down. We got an old cat icon in there. If you guys are members, I'm trying to make sure your badge icons are showing up. We got Century is down. He's got the 2 Hassie cans. That means he's been with us for over 2 months. Thank you so much. If you're a channel member, you'll get all the custom emotes. I hand designed them. I believe I just leveled up too, so every time the channel levels up, it asks me to make more emotes and other features unlock, so I'm working with that. I also posted an exclusive video. It was just basically my prelude to my D4 one, but I'll be posting some videos up on there too. So if you're a channel member, if you don't like Patreon and you want to support the channel, there's a channel membership button below me right here. You can hit that. You get the little custom emotes, you get the badge next to your name, and when I put out little updates and stuff before videos release, or if I make little custom little videos in between, you'll get those as well. So, thank you. What is up, Justin Romprey? I saw you in chat while I was getting things set up here. I know it looked weird because I was like typing in the chat by myself, but the reason for that was you can see down below, or right there, I've got my little chat box finally set up. I set up the widget. It's not perfect, but I was going for legibility and also so like, I don't know, the chat wasn't super distracting because I always hate like when you go in and watch a stream and there's all these like weird little noises and people are like, what the fuck? And all these weird little insider memes. So it's just a basic chat there. So you got the game, you got me in profile, and you got the, if you'd like to read the chat too. So Base Sploder says, I discovered you through your Deadly Premonition video. I've been a fan since, and I bug my friends about you. You deserve a huge audience. Collab with Twin Perfect. Keep it up. Oh my god. I don't think Twin Perfect likes me. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't say we have a history and stuff, but I don't know if they ever would. We'll put it that way. Twin Perfect kind of does their own thing. They've never really collaborated with anyone else, and that's just kind of the personality of the channel. I like Twin Perfect. They were certainly a huge influence on the channel. I love the real Silent Hill experience. I loved it when Rossiter and Fungo were together. They just kind of bounced off each other naturally and stuff. And I don't know. I think some channels like that benefit from having a straight man and a goofy man, if you will. I thought Rossiter was more of like your dry, sarcastic straight man, and Fungo was wild. He was like a wild gun. But I still like them. I still think they make good content and stuff like that. So I'm not opposed to it. But I certainly, I don't know. I don't even think they're aware of me. I know Fungo saw my channel like a long time ago, but he's probably forgotten it. I made like a little skit for Fungo one time. Like really, really early Hikikomori media stuff. This is some deep lore. Put on the kettle, mate. We're going in for the deep lore. Hold on. Let me get the kettle. Let me get a kettle. Look how it just takes up the whole fucking frame. The thing is huge. It's like it's bigger than my head. I got a big ass head, right? Let's put on the kettle and we'll do some Hikikomori deep lore. I don't even think I'll crack the kombucha today. But thank you so much. I consider that a big compliment. I love Twin Perfect. They make some high quality videos. And I just commend their editing style. I don't agree with all their opinions on things. I don't agree with some of their approach to, I guess, conveying information. Like, I don't know. They kind of do come off as a bit uppity, a bit pretentious and snobby. And, I mean, that's their style. Okay? It doesn't bother me personally, but I don't agree naturally with like being more abrasive in your presentation, but that's just me. Oh my gosh, Kiru-chan Belmont says, been going through all the old cool streams lately and eating a turd concept on the Bug Island one. Nearly made me keel over with laughs. This is the house that turds built. Primo content. Thank you so much. I believe there was we went into that rant on Devil's Third, I think, the turd stream. Thank you for going through the archives of the Hikikomori cool streams. I never know what to expect when I start these things. When I go through and do a cool stream, it's manic energy, okay? I got to be feeling it. I got to know when I'm going to flow and peak and do all that. I got to know. And I was feeling it today. I put on the kettle. And you got only the best energy. But yes, I want to make sure that we're all here. This is the New Year's Eve party and you were all invited. And I hope you read that tweet and brought that blue Hawaiian punch. Otherwise, see yourself out. I wish I had some blue Hawaiian punch. That shit has 70 grams of sugar per fluid ounce, but it's some good shit. Put some lean in your blue Hawaiian punch, says Hikiko. That's the old Hikiko. that's the Hikikomori right there. Blue Hawaiian punch with some lean. Mix it. Okay. Settle down. I was going on a story here. Rewind. What was I talking about? Okay. Deep Hikiko lore. Okay. When I first started out this channel, I was aimless. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I really wanted to talk at length about obscure games that I grew up playing and that I felt were underappreciated. Ironic, isn't it? Ironic that I exist in this weird vacuum of space where I talk about obscure games and my content is as obscure as the games I play, but I'm still happy to make my videos the way I do. So I started off with Threads of Fate. At the time, I think Fungo had broken off from Twin Perfect. There was a fallout. Not the good kind. And he was asking for some Silent Hill themed content to put on his channel. He was having some contest of some kind about your favorite Silent Hill weapon, I believe. And I made this really bizarre submission called the Hyper Spray. Now, this is deep Hikiko lore, so some of you might have been around for it, okay? But I made essentially a video where it was me standing in front of a green screen with a baby, not a real one, but like a toy baby. And my favorite weapon was the Hyper Spray from Silent Hill 2. So the concept for this video was me spraying this baby doll in the face with some spray paint and just killing this baby. And then all the other use cases for the Hyper Spray. And I just sent this bizarre, shittily edited video to Fungo. And he thought it was funny, but it was so fucking strange that I guess he never posted it in his submissions. But he did list it unlisted. I think it's still out there somewhere in the ether of the internet. But yes, that was the only interaction I think I've ever had with Fungo. So I sent him this really bizarre video of me killing a fake baby with spray paint. Super chat from 2Tim505, $5. Did you see Nintendo Land, and what other games do you think they'll add thinking Animal Crossing? Animal Crossing is a safe bet. Yes, I did see the presentation. I'll be traveling to Japan the fucking moment the borders open up. The gaijins like me were banned. There's a travel ban. Americans, sorry, nobody from Burgerland is allowed right now. But the moment that changes, I'll go over there and I'll have a burger. Actually, I don't recommend eating burgers when you're in Japan because most of the meat there that's not chicken or fish is imported and it's frozen. And the burgers that I had over in Japan weren't the greatest, unless you go chicken. But I will be flying over there. Old Hikiko will be going to Nintendo Land, and you can bet your cheeks, your sweet old cheeks, that I will film it and put it up on my channel, and I will make it funny. So thank you for your question and the super chat. Got another super chat from Justin Romprey, $5. Happy New Year, G. May 2021 be the best Hikiko year. Honestly, in terms of the channel, 2020 has been a banger year. I've been very proud of the videos that have come out. I've met a lot of new people, a lot of new faces have joined, and I got to talk to some developers of the games that I loved. Reached out and talked to me recently, not just like throughout the year, but recently. I've had developers who worked on some of the games who I can't disclose because privacy. But they were very, very friendly people. And a lot of them, one in particular I can talk about, I'll talk about Jasper Byrne. Jasper Byrne showed up to my Lone Survivor retrospective. If you haven't watched that, I recommend it. It's very poignant with a P, considering 2020. it's a poignant video because it kind of reflects what's going on right now. Anyways, Jasper Byrne showed up to my video and he thanked me for making it. And guess what, guys? Guess what happened? Jasper Byrne announced Super Lone Survivor. Can we make a connection here? I don't know. I don't know if I had any influence over that, but I'm just happy he's making a new follow-up to Lone Survivor, new music. We got another super chat from Stratos Junk. Kanji Junk over there. I'm going to call you Kanji Junk. You like that? $10 saying, the first video I seen of yours was the Bullet Witch review back in the early 20s. The early aughts, if you will. I think I woke up to take a dump and then ended up trapped into HM's cinematic universe ever since. You were taking a shit while watching it? I recommend that. The best place to watch an HM video is in the best seat in the house, your toilet. Thank you so much, Stratos. Yes, I remember the Bullet Witch review. It just got a release on PC, on Steam, and it's still very, very broken. Let me take the cab here, and we'll get out of Osaka. We'll go back to Isaki. Yokohama. Yeah, Bullet Witch was a game, all right. Made by Kavia, creators of Nier. Certainly rough around the edges. The physics in that game are wild. Tornadoes, meteors, destroying buildings. It kind of has like an Earth Defense Force. If they would have opened up that game and made it more like Earth Defense Force, where you could just destroy everything, and yeah, I would have dug it. Oh my gosh, yes. Justin, Byrne is such a dope dude. I love Jasper Byrne. His music, go to his, I think he's got a Bandcamp, Jasper Byrne. Look him up. He did the Hotline Miami soundtrack, but he also has some really good indie music that he made on his own. He produced some kind of like shoegazy music, some more trap house beats, all sorts of things. Like he's a Renaissance man. He's an auteur through and through. The dude does it all. Graphics, sound, story, engine, programming. Like he's awesome. I'm envious when I see people that talented. And he's underrated. Like I think he's one of those guys who will not be appreciated in his era. And that's a shame. We should definitely show him some love. Whenever Super Lone Survivor comes out for the Switch, I'm getting it, and I'm going to do my best to promo in what little way I can. Was I growing some plants? Little pro tip here. You're playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. I go by the ABP, okay? ABP means always be planting. When you go pick up plants, you go harvest, put another one in the ground. Just mash that button, boom. You got the cooldown timer there. Next time you come by, you'll have some delicious vegetables. Yeah. But yeah, I have talked to some developers. They were very friendly. Some of them actually shared out one of my videos every once in a while. That's pretty cool. When I go to Japan, I really am going to make a point to try and meet some in person. That's my goal, to meet more developers and ask the questions. Just ask some questions and hang out. Become friends. And then I will give them high scores. After we become friends, I will change the Hikikomori scoring system, the famous scoring system that I implement on my channel. And all my friends are going to get at least a +3 on the grade. They are. Honestly, everyone just like, I think they have this weird conception that you hold some biases or something like that. Like, I don't hold too many biases. Like, if I do, I'll admit them. But for the most part, like, even when it's like a developer I really love, I feel it's fair to criticize and point out things, because when I talk about a flaw in a game, it's because I want it to be improved and I want it to be the best very version of that game it can be. So it can finally tap into a mainstream audience. I think many people tend to overlook whenever they get into that whole huffing their farts, pretentious air of talking about the importance of games and talk about how a game changed my life and prevented me from killing myself. Whenever people get into these really emotional diatribes about video games, they tend to like overlook some flaws. They tend to like smooth over these issues, and if somebody else criticizes or levies a criticism, they think it's like you're personally attacking me, and that's not the case. My goal is to try and explain a game to, like, if I was trying to explain a game to I don't know, my uncle or something, somebody who's just so far removed from a game, and try and explain the magic without, I don't know, creeping them out or making them feel weird or alienated by it, and talk about what could be better, what could be improved, so eventually we can get the best version of the game. I think everyone benefits in the end from that. And people are kind of very gatekeepery about certain things. Like, I interact with a lot of communities, and people they throw up the gates. They throw up the gates. They're like, how dare you talk about this subject? How dare you cover this thing or criticize this thing? And that even happened with my Xbox video. There's some guy, maybe you saw it, but when I was just talking about casually how I'm getting a Series X, like someone goes, how dare you? You're so biased. You're so biased. How dare you want to purchase another system besides the PS5? It's like, I gave my reasons. That's something I think needs to end. It's like, you got to get over the fact that video games are no longer kind of a niche club of people. We're not underground anymore. We're out in the light, okay? We're out of the shadows, Ninja Turtles style, out of the shadows. And instead of just being like one of those guys like, well, I was here first. I played this game first. I bought all the merch. I'm ultimate consumer number one. Instead of being that guy, maybe saying like, oh, cool. More people are into the thing I like, right? And then let me dial that back because I'm about to contradict myself. Remember Star Wars? Remember Star Wars? That same shit happened to Star Wars. And now it's exploited beyond belief. No. But for real, I think a lot of my favorite games are failures. And they're failures because they did not get that awareness. They didn't get the exposure that they needed. And I feel D4 is one of the best case studies for that. I think D4 was ahead of its time. It predated Life is Strange. And Life is Strange is probably the most recognizable comparison I can make for D4. Time travel, story-centric, telltale format adventure game, okay? D4 tapped into something that Life is Strange capitalized on in a huge way. As I said in my video, it came at no fault of the game's own. It was terrible marketing. And I feel that we've got so many choices now, like old, new, what's coming out, that it's hard to stand out. It's hard to tread water even as a developer. And I'm very passionate about like supporting shit. And I'm even like in the camp like where you may want to support something even if it's slightly broken. There's varying degrees. I'm not talking like Cyberpunk broken, but Deadly Premonition 2, like it was certainly broken and it's gotten a little better, but I still believe in supporting it. Like the sum of all of its parts is a good experience, I think. I'm still adamant about supporting things you want to see in the world. And it doesn't ring any more true than today, this very day. You got to go out there sometimes and drop it down and risk it. And our models are now shifting to crowdfunding as it is. Like the next sweary game I'm going to play is one that I had a hand in funding. I kickstarted The Good Life. This is the first time where I actually, helped fund a game. I've never done a Kickstarter before. Never. It's kind of it was against my principles, but I'm like, you know what? This game ain't going to happen if people don't support it. So I kind of shifted my way of thinking. I will disclose that too in the video. I'll probably be wearing the t-shirt I got with it, maybe, if it comes out. But sadly, I think a lot of it, the ball's in our court too, is to go out there to make some noise and to put our money down. And the games aren't always going to be perfect, but sometimes you just got, if you want to see stuff like that exist and not gravitate towards the middle America, to gravitate towards Western ideals and generic third-person shooter games with stories, with a story-centric generic third-person shooter games, then you got to pony up the money. So just trying, man. I'm trying to support the games I love. Let's see here. YGH, D4 didn't have the kind of marketing and branding that Life is Strange has, and it wasn't written by untalented French hacks. I've never played Life is Strange, so I can't comment on the writing, but yeah, the marketing did fall through big time. There was no marketing. What could I say? You didn't see that shit on store shelves. I think that's another thing, too, is people neglect how big of a presence having a physical copy of something can be for a game. I think it's diminishing a little bit. Like, physical media, of course, is... Like, if you walk into a GameStop right now, it's bare bones. It is bare bones. It's alarmingly bare bones. I don't know if it's because they moved their wares to their warehouse for online distribution, but it's alarming where the shift is happening faster than ever. But back in 2010, when D4 came out, not having a disc on the shelf meant organic discovery wasn't happening. Like, if they released, I don't know, a $20 copy of D4 out there on the store shelves and, I don't know, maybe included a voucher for season 2 or something like that. A lot of the episodic nature, like people are used to, like, The Walking Dead, right? You'd go in with season 1, there was a beginning, middle, and end. There was 5 episodes, right? D4 had a prologue, episode 1 and 2, and it didn't finish. It didn't finish there. David's story continued. So yeah, it was a very bizarre episodic model for sure. We got Tim505 with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much to Tim. I love Star Wars, and I don't hate that more people are loving Star Wars. What I hate is that Disney is milking it. I don't care about it. I watch EFAP Mando vids. You watch EFAP Mando vids? Are you talking about there's like Mandalorian porn out there? Good God. Well, what's the female Yoda's name? Yaddle? One time, a photo of Yaddle was shared with me, and I closed the fuck out of my browser. I deleted my hard drive. I dipped it in bleach. I got the Hillary Clinton bleach bit to my hard drive immediately after I saw that Yaddle photo. I believe it. Rule 34. Yes, I can see it. They milk the shit out of Star Wars. Like, I thought The Mandalorian was interesting. I watched it. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I would say I don't hate it, but I'm disgusted by it right now. Especially in America, it's pervasive. It's pervasive. It's in every bit of our culture. It's constantly referenced. There's commercials. There's radio ads. There's everything. I can't avoid it. And that's why I hate it. It's like there's no escape. There's no cool down time. So yes, maybe a happy middle ground in terms of marketing. But yes, I want more people to get into Deadly Premonition. I want more people to get into D4 and other Japanese games, Suda's games and stuff like that. I want that. And I don't want it to dress it up with an air of pretension. That's what I hate too, is like people who, like, I don't know, become the self-proclaimed experts and, I don't know, talk all their shit in their discords. I see it all. Okay. I'm there. I'm saying it. No, but I get you, man. I get you. Thank you for your super chat. Oh, Two Tims 505 says it's a podcast called EFAP. Oh, I thought that was a porn site. I didn't know that was a podcast. Maybe I'll have to listen to it. I honestly listen to a lot of podcasts up on while I'm playing Yakuza. You have an option to run Spotify and your game at the same time, and you can mix the audio. Like you can have the podcast be at like 75%, the game at 25, and you can grind and get all your money and just catch up on all your stories. So I do that. And I've just been craving a good RPG, and this is honestly exactly the kind of game I was looking for. I've played through all the Yakuza games except for Kinzen and Ishin and Black Panther. I even played through Dead Souls of the End. Oh, shit. I even played through Dead Souls. I'd say Dead Souls is the worst in the series. There are people who disagree with me. They like Dead Souls, but I hated Dead Souls. I recently beat... I haven't beat Judgment yet. That's another one. Or Fist of the North Star. But those are not mainline Yakuza games anyway. Fist of the North Star isn't even a Yakuza game, but Judgment is very good. But it's a little more slow-paced than what I was looking for. But I went through and I beat Yakuza 6 over the summer. Loved it. And then this completely changed the whole game. It gave me a good RPG. All the throwbacks to Dragon Quest are nice. All the job classes are fun. I've leveled up all my guys to level 10 in each job class. And you're like, why would you do that? Because all their perks, all their stats, all their... a lot of their moves will carry over into the other job classes, so there's no reason not to. So that's what I've been doing. So you'll see like some of my characters use skills from other job classes. I've been grinding out all these armors and weapons. I did the battle arena twice. I went through it twice. It was great. But yeah, so right now I'm just kind of grinding, earning some money, earning some experience points. I'll show you here what I got going on. So I got Ichiban. He's in the hero class. I'm thinking about trading him out into another one, but I got him this thing called the Dragon Soul Bat. When he swings his bat, it hits all the enemies, not just one. So it's an AoE bat. I got him all with like the dragon gear, Eye of the Dragon. He's super fast. He's buff. He's got some good resistances. Eri is the matriarch class. That's a DLC class. I did pay $5 for the DLC classes. I wanted to support the game. What can I say? I love this game. It needs some love, especially on the Xbox. It's just so bizarre how quickly all the Yakuza games are coming out for the Xbox. I certainly hope they get physical copies. Anyways, she's matriarch. She uses the pole arm and the guns. Like she'll pull out an M15. We got Adachi here. I have him as an enforcer. He uses a shield and a police club. Good AoE. And then Seiko, I use her as an idol right now. She's kind of like the white mage. She heals everyone. But I also trained her up in the matriarch, so she also has the matriarch skills. And then I haven't really touched Jungi. But Nanba, he's the Devil Rocker class. Devil Rocker is all right. You attack with a guitar, and you have all these... You look like Kiss, like members of Kiss. So, yeah, Nanba's all right. He's more of a wizard class. And then I have Zhao here. He's a swordsman. I left him at his gangster class. We got a super chat from Stratos. To be fair, a lot of new fans have a bad habit of being invited to a party, kicking out old fans, and the old fans are left with a mess when they leave. Yeah, I know what you mean. New fan bases can spoil stuff too. Everything has, like, there's a good balance. There's a good middle ground to reach when it comes to fan bases. Star Wars is like way too far in the mainstream. Like, it's so mainstream that all the magic is lost. But like hitting that middle of the road, like where it's not exactly a household name, but enough people are aware of it that it can continue to grow and evolve. Like Yakuza was that way. If you are old Hikikomori watchers, I had a character, the Gaijin Dojima. I made videos where I was like, Dragon, Yakuza West. Get those Yakuza games over here in the West, because they weren't getting localized. And if they were, it'd take like a year. And now it's the complete opposite. We're getting all the Yakuza games minus the samurai ones, but we're getting all the Yakuza games on everything, and that's pretty good. I don't know what the future holds, but I don't think it's like Star Wars popular, of course. We got Caption Panic 98. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Did you hear about Kimura, the guy that made Chulip, is making his last RPG? I'll believe it when I see it, my friend. Kimura has also entered into retirement once before. Kimura was like, I quit making games. He dipped out after Rule of Rose, and then he came up from the ground out of nowhere and released like 3 phenomenal games: Blackbird, Million Onion Hotel, and Dandy Dungeon. I've been playing through Dandy Dungeon up on the Switch, and it's great. But yes, I have heard he is making his last RPG. I'll believe it when I see it. He's young. He's still young. I think he's like in his 40s, maybe early 50s. He's got a long ways before he's out of the industry, I think. But I hope that's not the case, because his RPGs are so unique. Dandy Dungeon especially is so funny. Dandy Dungeon, like, there's so many unlockable costumes, and like the game constantly evolves as Yamada, the main character, as he becomes a better programmer in the game. The actual video gameplay expands, and there's more features, more monsters, more rules, more weapons. Like, Dandy Dungeon is highly underrated. And I would say that applies to most of Kimura's games. Check out my Onion Games video. You'll see for yourself. Yes, I hope that's not the case. And Caption Panic 98, I want to say follow their Instagram. I noticed that Caption Panic had liked one of my images up on Instagram, one of my photos, and I went and checked out Caption Panic 98's Instagram, and they make a whole bunch of like retro game inspired artwork, and it's like in the old NES instruction manual. Like, you guys ever played Legend of Zelda on the NES and like open up the instruction booklet? Like that old art style, like old anime art style, Caption Panic 98 does. They're a really good Instagram to follow. Go check them out. Thank you for your super chat. I'm kind of like aimless here in my Yakuza play. I'm just going around. There's this thing in the game. Let me show you so I can include you. This is the New Year's Eve stream here, Hikikomori Media. Right now I'm trying to fill out this thing called Sujimon, and I don't want to go through the whole list because it may spoil some things, but there's 252 enemies in the game. I'm at 236. I'm closing in on it, but you collect these Sujimon by encountering them in the world. So it's like you can't use them in battle, as far as I know. But you go and fight them. You get your Suji decks updated. You get prizes for collecting them. So I'm just going around looking at every nook and cranny and trying to fill up my Suji decks. I don't want to do any story missions on this stream, because if you haven't played Yakuza Like a Dragon, it's $40. It's great. It is honestly I have put, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 hours into it. I imagine I'll be going through on legend mode. I love this game. And I don't know what to say. It's got my highest recommendation. It is my game of the year. Game of the year for sure. We got Los Glitter Freeze. The Glitter Freeze with the $5. Hey, bro, any chances of reviewing visual novels such as Danganronpa or Umineko? Happy New Year. I love Danganronpa. I've reviewed one Danganronpa game, Ultra Despair Girls. Not my best review, not my best work for sure, but early Hikikomori stuff on there. I love Danganronpa. I've played through 1 through 3 Ultra Despair Girls. I've also played through the Zero Escape series too. It's kind of like a sister series. The thing is about reviewing visual novels, I tend not to do it unless there's something you can't get anywhere else. And Danganronpa has the bullet rebuttal, the trials. I think that's the most unique gameplay, but also I would risk spoiling that experience for somebody out there. And that's a series I don't want to spoil. I think the anime sucks. The Danganronpa anime sucks. The game is where it's at. The game, you get to know all the characters. You get to listen to that. What was it? Is it Masafumi Takada? Masafumi Takada does the soundtrack. The guy who worked on No More Heroes soundtrack. He worked for Grasshopper for a bit. That soundtrack is heavenly. Play Danganronpa on the PlayStation Vita, where it was meant to be played with headphones in the darkness of your bedroom. That is my recommendation. My review is, it's fucking awesome. I love the Danganronpa series. Best Danganronpa, Danganronpa 2. That's my review. I love Danganronpa 2. It's my favorite in the series. 3 was alright. 1 is classic. Ultra Despair Girls is a unique puzzle game. I'll give it that. And it has a really messed up storyline. I think Ultra Despair Girls may have the darkest storyline. But all are worth checking out. Play the first one, of course. They're all tied together. And they're well done. I would never stream a visual novel, to let you know. I've been to a lot of visual novel streams. Reading all that text, I'd be dead. I couldn't make it through a whole chapter. I'm sorry. The voices, I also trust the voice actors. The voice actors in Danganronpa do a great job. They really do. You can play dubs or subs. I like both, honestly. I tend to play with dubs, believe it or not. I don't know why. I love hearing like the random shouting of some of the characters. Like one of the characters in Danganronpa 2 just says, "I got a shit." And that would crack me up, just hearing him say, "Oh, I got a shit." Danganronpa is awesome. Hey, we got a new member to give me them badges. The Dark Glaive 360. Thank you so much. Welcome to the membership. I see that badge next to your name. Yo, I love Danganronpa a lot. I've played all the games as well. Ultra Despair Girls and V3 are the most fucked up. Yeah. I would say 2 has its moments too. Like there's and I'm not spoiling anything. But there's a plot revelation that comes near the end of that game that just like messed me up. I'm like, okay, they're not messing around here. Yeah, Danganronpa 2, I just love the setting. Also, if you are a Suda51 fan, if you like the games of Suda50, do you enjoy the games of Suda51? Are you an ultimate Suda51 fan? Do you run a fan forum since 1999? Have you been running a fan forum? Paradise 51. Are you a moderator there? If you're not, it's time to end it. You're not a real fan. Get out of my fan base. Well, if you're a fan, if you're a true bona fide Suda51 fan, should I pull up Suda Boyfriend? Should I remind you guys? I got him. Let me pull up Suda Boyfriend. Do I got Suda Boyfriend here? Let me pull up. Do I have Suda Boyfriend? I don't think I have Suda Boyfriend here. Sorry. It's a false alarm. If you're a true Suda51 fan, Danganronpa 2, Super Ultra Danganronpa 2 has a throwback level to the Twilight Syndrome. There's a whole level based on the Twilight Syndrome. It's a great homage. I missed that reference the first time I played the game. But now, like looking back at it, I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. So yes, Moonlight Syndrome, Twilight Syndrome reference, Danganronpa 2. Big callback. Okay, moving on. Let me get the kettle. Get a peanut M&M. In Britain, we call it peanut M&Ms. We call them peanut M&Ms, and we eat them when we play our ZX Spectrum. Yes. I see. By the way, new members, new members, if you hit that join button, you can post Suda51 emotes in chat. You can post his disgusted face in my chat. You can show me how much of a Suda51 scrub I am. How much I'm a barnacle on the cruise ship 51 Suda51 fanbase. I'm a barnacle on the side, leeching, trying to form a parasitic relationship to the Suda51 fanbase. Post Suda51's disgusted face in the chat if you are disgusted with me. I have no right to cover the games of Suda51. I better end it all before I consider covering another Grasshopper game. The B-sides will stop because I said so. David says, I've only played a couple of Suda51 games, and I like the style, but I didn't really enjoy the gameplay. To be honest, I've only played a little Killer is Dead and No More Heroes, Shadows, which I liked. I figured if you're more of like, if you're not so much into like the weird high concept games, and I'll be honest with you, some of Suda's games are straight up shit. They play horribly and they're tedious and they feel like a big practical joke at the expense of the player's time. Flower, Sun, and Rain. Flower, Sun, and Rain. Shout out to Kirk Almighty. He got me that. Flower, Sun, and Rain. I ought to put my tea in there. I ought to put my tea in there. What do you think? My Flower, Sun, and Rain mug. Shout out to Kirk. Flower, Sun, and Rain is perhaps the most tedious game I've ever played. Because I 100%ed it. I 100%ed Flower, Sun, and Rain, and I got the Travis touchdown costume on the Nintendo DS. A lot of Suda's games are either like the most brilliant thing you've ever played, or he's fucking with me. Like, if you don't, especially playing through the Kill the Past trilogy, if you play through the Silver Case, or if you're a bad enough dude to get all 100 endings like yours truly and the Platinum Trophy of the 25th Award, you'll know that Suda will play some practical jokes on you. But yeah, No More Heroes. I would say if you're not playing it on the Wii, you're not really getting how the game was meant to be played. I hate saying it that way, but it plays very well on the Switch too. So if you haven't played it on the Switch, 60 frames, beautiful port, one of the best out there. I've got a high threshold, a high tolerance for bullshit, so I'm willing to like wade through it to get to the good meat of something. Killer 7 is also kind of like that. There's a learning curve, no bones about it. You got to get over that learning curve. You've got to figure out how to fight the Heaven Smile and use your powers and the character switching. There is some bullshit in there. And if you're not willing to look past it, you're not going to like it. But if you are, you're in for a treat. It has one of the best stories. I honestly think Killer 7 stands as like Suda's masterpiece. If I'm going to like lay claim to what his true masterpiece is, Killer 7, by all accounts, it's what made him, that kind of gave him his infamy, if you will. It's something that only he could make. Other games, he kind of delves into different genres. He kind of does his spin on genre-based games, almost like an exploitation director would, which is good. Like Shadows of the Dam, his spin on things, but it truly didn't have his full signature, and you can find out in my video about it. I've already talked about it. We're treading the same water. Let's move away from Suda. $5 from David King. The cost of our friendship. David and I have been friends for, I think, 15 years. Let me see. About 15 years, maybe longer. $5 is what our friendship is worth. He says, all right, I'm out of here. Happy New Year's. We'll have to hang out soon. See ya. We will. David, we will have to hang out. We'll have to do And I don't want to play this. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done one of those. Okay, I need to find a new Sujimon. So I'm going to search through the map and see if I can find me a secret Sujimon. That's my goal for this unplanned stream. This stream has been great, guys. I honestly thank you so much for showing your support and coming out, making jokes, and bringing up old shit. Reminding me of old Hikiko lore. Telling me the videos you like. Thank you so much. If you haven't seen it yet, I put out a Sweary Files 3. I put out 3 Sweary Files this year. 3 feature documentaries brought to you by yours truly, Hikiko. Making all those super fans angry. I also put out a Grasshopper B-Sides. I put out a Weird System video, hacking my PS4. What else did I put out? I put out a Lone Survivor retrospective. I'm forgetting some stuff. I put out a lot. Oh, my Remothered 2, underrated video, I think. I really enjoyed making that Remothered video. Let's go to the park. Remothered video didn't get shared by Chris Darrell. That's when you know it's a good video. When the creator of the game shares the first one but doesn't share the second one. He didn't like that one. But that's fair, isn't it? The game was really broken, and I wouldn't have said anything if it wasn't so fucking broken. But Remothered 2, Broken Potential, that's kind of like your outside pitch there. That's your underground Hikiko. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I probably cussed in it or something, or because I clicked there was violence in it, but YouTube did not push that video. Please go watch it. It's a very, very funny video, I think. Even if you haven't played Remothered 1, I think it's worth exploring just because of how crazily broken that game was. I don't know if it's been fixed since. I'll have to check it out. I haven't had a chance to go back to it. I kind of didn't want to after going through the agonizing time I had with it. But yes, a Remothered video's out there. But I think, above all else, some of the hardest edits, I don't know. Yeah, best is debatable. It's in the eye of the beholder. But my hardest edits came out this year. I went all in. So I hope you appreciated that. It was a wild year. Next year, I say I'm going to cool it. We'll see if I cool it. I've been considering doing like shorter, smaller videos. 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minute videos. Put them out. See where they go. But yes, if there's something you want to see, always leave comments. Always ask me. You can ask me anytime. I'll respond. I don't really care. Ask me whatever you want. I'm looking at, like, I know on my agenda for next year, I definitely want to cover The Good Life. Like, The Good Life, if Hotel Barcelona, by some outside chance, makes it out in 2021, if Hotel Barcelona comes out, I'll be reviewing that for sure. Keiichiro Toyama is working on a game. If his game comes out, I'll be looking at that. I know next month, at the end of next month, so probably in February, I'll have a video out on the Medium. The Medium is one of the reasons why I picked up a Series X, because it came included with Game Pass. The Medium is a Silent Hill-inspired survival horror. It has Akira Yamaoka making the whole soundtrack. I mean, that's almost as good as the new Silent Hill. Akira Yamaoka putting out new music. He's doing the music on that mug. It has a switching dimensions aspect to it, which is really interesting. And it's not being talked about all that much. So I will be covering the Medium in February. Sometime during the spring, The Good Life will be out. I'll be just like hitting that very hard. So I'll be playing The Good Life. Hotel Barcelona, if that comes out. If No More Heroes 3 comes out, I'll be covering No More Heroes 3, of course. But somebody asked me if I wanted to cover Simple Series. Yeah, I want to do some Simple Series, for sure. Somebody also asked if I wanted to do a big dudes. I do, but I've been treating like big dudes like a lot of my retrospectives kind of dip into developers as is, so we'll see where it goes. I'm aiming for like shorter videos and faster turnaround times instead of like big meaty retrospectives. I think like my idea in my head is like meaty retrospectives. They're kind of like Nintendo games, right? When a Nintendo puts out a game, they're like long forecast situations. They don't lower the price on them. They're the same price, and they're still part of their model, right? So when I make a big long retrospective, it's just for the future. It's going to be just as relevant and fine when I made it to in the future, and you can go back and watch it if you got the time. So that's my idea, and I've always been a big fan of the long form, but my challenge for myself is shorter videos, quicker turnaround time. It's hard for me. It's hard. I'm long-winded, but that's the goal. Play the algorithm game, Miles. Just cut it all out. Just cut it all out and play the algorithm game. So I'm going to give it a shot. Mr. YouTube, says Lee's. Thanks to you, says the Yamanote. Thanks to you for all your efforts. I started watching your channel this year. It has been a refreshing experience. Thank you. I hope you appreciate it. I'm no RGT85. I'm no Review Tech USA. I'm no The Movie Bob, okay? I'm not as good as those guys, but I try. And I hope you know that I'll never be as good as those guys, but I do try. And that's what counts. Put on the kettle. Take a sip. I made this tea 2 days ago, and it's still hot. Still hot. YHZH says, do Evergrace. I sat down and played some Evergrace. It's a really long RPG. Really long. The music's great. It kind of has like one of those old Kingsfield Shadow Tower things about it. And that's because, of course, From Software. But I feel like by the time I would be done with Evergrace, I would have wasted a month. So maybe one day when I'm older, I'll play some Evergrace. But when I'm young, dumb, and full of energy, I finished it in a different way. You weren't expecting that twist ending. But I will probably look at it. But yeah, that's an old From Software game. Ryan Dine says, the Medium sounds sick. Guess I'm getting an Xbox. Dude! No matter what, everyone's trashing, like, why would you get a streaming box? Why would you get a Series X? You don't really own the games. Get a Series X. It's a good deal. It really is a good deal. Like, if you're like me and don't really care about 4K anyways, like, I have one 4K device, one 4K TV. If you're like me and 1080p is just fine, like, my eyes are like, yeah, I can't tell the difference. The Series S plus Game Pass cuts all the bullshit. You don't have to build a new PC. You don't have to go out to the store and deal with the GameStop managers. You can just get a game. You just get it. Okay? $1, you get 3 months. And then it's like $15 after that. There's some loopholes. There are people that are doing some Xbox Live Gold loopholes. There's sales all the time. I'm sure you can get it for much cheaper. But basically, for the price of one game or a couple of games, you get like a whole year of hundreds of games. I cannot shit on that. I refuse to shit on that concept. I think a la carte is the future. It was inevitable. Don Matrick was right. Don Matrick was right. No, he was just maybe ahead of his time. But I'm also not for getting rid of physical. But I think if you're going that road, it's not a bad idea. And I'm not going to make fun of anyone for choosing to go digital. Digital is completely acceptable. Okay? I'll let you in on a little Hikiko secret. Hikiko secret. Maybe I should crack the kombucha for this. There it is. Oh, shit! Oh, no. I didn't even shake that. Why did that overflow like that? I don't understand, guys. A carbonated beverage to tickle the ivories of my vocal cords. Now I smell like a pickle. Seriously, these are basically bottles of vinegar. Oh! Hey. Bubbly. I seriously smell like a pickle now. That thing got all over me. My lady likes it. When you start smelling like pickles. I'm Pickle Rick! When you start smelling like pickles. That's what really gets the wheels grease, as it were. Anyway, Hikiko Secrets. Back in 2007, I had a huge DVD collection. I thought it was the shit. Back like when I was in high school and stuff, I thought I was the coolest art house indie film watcher. I purchased every Kevin Smith movie. I had a big horror collection. Every anime movie that got translated and brought over. All the works of Satoshi Kon. Are you a fan of Satoshi Kon? I had all of them. I had all the seasons of Lost. I had a huge DVD collection. The moment the Xbox 360 got the Netflix app, this was like in 2007 or something, where I could just stream my movies, I sold my whole fucking DVD collection, and I was happy to get rid of it. I sold, and honestly, some of those DVDs are probably rare, like my Dawn of the Dead Collector's Edition got really rare, but I sold all them shits, and I've been streaming ever since. And then it got me thinking, like, I am probably not gonna sell my game collection for some time. I will die one day. It will have to be sold, but today is not that day. It got me thinking, like, damn. If I could just have a place to play all my games in one place, I'd be more persuaded to sell off my physical game collection and go more digital. And the Series X is kind of pushing me in that direction. It honestly is. The one thing that's really holding me back, of course, is what if they yanked the game servers? Remember the Nintendo Wii and the GameSpy? Remember they yanked that servers? You'd be a fool to do that, Hikiko. You're right. You're right about that. That's holding me back for sure. I buy physical when possible still. But it is very tempting. Like, Game Pass put me over the edge. Game Pass was like, holy shit. Hundreds of games that I already own on the PS4 that I don't have to re-buy for the Series X. They're all upgraded. I get instant delivery. I can download them. I can just be somewhere else in the world. I can be somewhere else, access the Xbox app on my phone and say, hey, download this game that's coming out. Preload it for me. Here's the list I want. And then boom, my Xbox gets the commands and it downloads them. The convenience is going to win out in the end. And if you think that Japanese games aren't going to be released on the Series X, besides the evidence I'm streaming right now, know this. The second largest market for Game Pass right now is Japan. Says Phil Spencer, source Phil Spencer. The Series S and the Series X are steadily growing. Game Pass in general is getting huge. That is incentivizing Japanese developers to throw up their games. Like, Square Enix is already on it. Square Enix is going to put every Final Fantasy up on fucking Game Pass. They already have a lot of Final Fantasies that you can't get on PS4 or PS5. Like the 13 collection, you can't get that. You can't get the 13 trilogy. They're going that way. Xbox is not going to be left in the dust. May not have as many exclusives, but I don't feel like I'm going to be left out this generation. Hands down, that's the solid truth from me. Should I buy this sword, the Sakura Storm? I've been thinking about that. Let's see, it's got 135. I got 50 Tojo medals. Let's take a look here. It's Zhao. 141, maybe I could upgrade it, but nah, I kind of like the Chinese saber. Okay, if you think for a second that Microsoft's going to be left in the dust, think about where all the Japanese games are coming from. third parties. The moment Atlas starts putting out games on the Series X, on the Xbox One, on the Xbox Series S, the moment Atlas is over, it's game. It is game. The floodgates are opened. Okay? You heard it here first. Keep an eye out. If you start hearing Atlas is dealing with Microsoft, because they're already doing it with Nintendo. It's game. It's all coming out. Ryan says, Japan is becoming the US. They are buying Macs and Xboxes. Japan is getting westernized. Whether they like it or not, we're coming. We're coming over there. And actually, they've been kind of heading towards a Western trend for decades. After Hiroshima and all that. Shouldn't mention that. But I mean, like they've adopted a lot of Western traditions, especially baseball. Baseball is probably the most Western thing that is a huge hit over there. But yes, I mean, like there are more Western things happening in Japan by the day. But they love Western games over there. All your Bethesda shit sells like gangbusters over there. Your Call of Duty's still popular over there. So I am sure Halo does fine. And I mean, looking at the designs of all the systems, the Series S, I mean, besides Switch, of course, the Series X is more in line with like Japanese minimalism. If I were a Japanese gamer and you put like a Series X, a PS5, and a Series S in front of me, I'd want to go Series S. But they probably pick Switch, of course. Switch is like, you can't fight Switch. Switch is on an island on its own, pretty much. Hollow Man asks, who's your favorite character in Like a Dragon? I'm partial to Ichiban. I think Ichiban is a great protagonist. I love when games do a rags to riches storyline. And this does it really well. Ichiban is just so fucking... His enthusiasm is so infectious. And I like that he's a gamer, too. If you couldn't tell by his moveset and his armor, he's like hallucinating. Ichiban like hallucinates himself inside a game of Dragon Quest. That's why he does all those cool moves and he's wearing the armor. He thinks he's in a game of Dragon Quest. I like that about him. I liked Kiryu, but Kiryu had so many games. He had so many games. I'm glad that somebody else gets the spotlight. Right now, I'm just kind of going around fighting everything, trying to get my Suji decks up. Sometimes a rare enemy will spawn. So, like, you'll see all these weird dudes, like that Borat guy over there in the Speedo. The Emperor of Funk is rare. I think I've already fought him, though. But yeah, I'm just trying to work up my Suji decks, that's all. Let's see here. Japan loves stalkers. Well, that's good. That was one of the first games I got with my very first laptop was Stalker. I played through that. Human Tofu. They love Apex and Ark. I wonder what... I would love to know what a Japanese gamer's reaction was to seeing Vin Diesel starring in Ark 2. to seeing him show up during that. I don't know, man. It was surreal for me. I know Vin Diesel's a big gamer and all that, and he has his own game studio. But that was just fucking weird. And I don't even like Ark. I think Series X is like one of the best looking consoles of the generation. I did a test. It is the size of a vertical PS2. They are the same exact size. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's versatile. It's quiet. You have not heard the fans one time. If I was playing this on a PS4, it would sound like I was at an international airport. You'd be hearing fucking jet engines. I'm sure the PS5 is also rather loud. I don't know. I just was not impressed. Everything they've announced about PS5, I was just like, oh God, why? And I'm a huge Sony fan. That's what people don't understand is like, I'm a huge Sony fan. I own all their consoles, been owning all their consoles since the beginning. And I was just like blown away by how many, I mean, aesthetically, it's an ugly system. I'm waiting for a Slim. I will wait it out. I don't even care if Parappa the Rapper 3 comes out tomorrow. Guitar Man 2 is announced. Coming out in 2021. I am not buying a PS5 Fat. It looks prone to failure. That and they soldered on, for whatever dumb reason, they soldered on their M2 slot, the hard drive, the flash memory. The M2 slot is soldered on the PS5. So if that shit goes bad, what are you going to do? That's a question I have not had answered for me. But here it's replaceable. On the Series X, it's replaceable. Worst comes to worst, I'll just swap it out and re-download my shit. Yeah, I was not impressed by anything Sony showed off. They could have done so much more. They're not interested in their legacy, and that's what turned me off. They neglected to, this PlayStation's been out for, it's coming up on 30 years, I want to say. It's getting close. They've neglected their legacy big time, and they've got so many titles that they own the IPs on, just like Konami, that they won't do shit with. Microsoft, on the other hand, is like, you know what? Let's put Banjo-Kazooie on the Wii U. Why not? That actually happened. In Japan, that Microsoft has licensed Banjo-Kazooie to be downloadable on the Wii U. Let's put Banjo and Smash. Microsoft is like super on it right now. I think that's the model companies should be going for. Like, let's not do this console wars exclusive shit. Let's make sure that our legacy is preserved. And that maybe we can grow a new fan base and have new IPs. But yeah, I just wasn't impressed, guys. I know some people are pissed by that notion, but there's nothing in there for me right now. That may change, may not. Maybe I'm not the target audience anymore. But I got Yakuza right here, and I had it on my original Xbox, and it ran like shit. I don't know if I told you, my original Xbox One base model, this game ran at like 25 frames on a good day. Screen tearing, texture popping, loading times. No loading times in this version. I was completely sold. I was completely sold on this generation the moment they got rid of loading times. I was like, oh shit. Once you play a broken game, like a really bad port of something, and then it's just completely smoothed over on the next generation, you're like, okay, that's good enough for me. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just fucking around with that. I've been fucking around with backwards compatibility a lot on my Series X as well. But yeah, it's been great. I don't regret it. Everyone tries to regret, make you feel guilt and shame for buying into this console generation. I did not pay any scalpers. I went on Microsoft's website. I checked out. It was a painless process. And they delivered it to me. They said, here you go. They delivered it to my doorstep. Once they sent out that shipping notification, it was here the next day. I was, holy shit. That's customer service. They gave me a warranty straight out of the gate. I got a pretty good warranty on it. They offered me Game Pass. They loaded me up. So I can't be mad at them. They're trying to right their wrongs, I think. And I think the original, I kind of demonstrated that in my D4 video. The original Xbox One was rushed to shit. The game plan changed mid-course. And I think, what was it? There was 2 gigabytes of RAM. 2 gigabytes of RAM were dedicated to the Kinect interface on the original Xbox One, like a ridiculous amount. And so like games were naturally worse on the base model Xbox One compared to the base model PS4. Ridiculous. You 68688 says, "Is this game good on PC?" I haven't played it on PC, but I imagine it's great. Let's see here. Santi says, "I would love a Yakuza game with Akiyama as the only protagonist." Akiyama's a favorite character for sure. He also has... I feel like Ichiban's character borrows a lot from Akiyama. They have a lot of similar backstories going on, or at least lifestyles. But they have that rags to riches thing going on for sure. Give me Rare Replay for Switch. Maybe. That might happen, actually. They put out Ori and the Blind Forest, Cuphead. So anything could happen. All right, let's... do I have any hero quests? I could check out my Sujimon. I think I've done all the part-time hero quests. Like I've been through this game over and over again. I've done a lot. But I try and go to the extremes of the map so I can find the rare Sujimon. Like go off the beaten path. Squeaky, what's up? Is this guy a boss? Why is he so strong? That guy I was fighting before. Some of them are rare Sujimon, which are... Sujimon are the guys you encounter. That's at least the explanation they got going on here. But yeah, some of them are stronger than others. That and I'm really late game, so the level cap raised, where most of the enemies are around level 50. And the boss fights are incredibly hard. Like, some of the hardest boss fights in any Yakuza game I've ever experienced came out of this game. I'm playing on normal mode. I'll be playing on legend mode after I beat this. It can get rough. And it comes out of nowhere. It's like a traditional RPG. Like, you encounter that one casual filter boss who just wrecks you. But I love it. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. Exactly. If you guys see, there's a lot of flare and slash. It's because I got some of like the later skills and stuff like that. There's like regular base levels that your characters earn, and then there's job classes too. All right. But yeah, I'm headed to another side of the map so I can look for rare Sujimon. I'm going to get a shiny. We're going to do a Nuzlocke challenge here on Yakuza Like a Dragon. The world's only Nuzlocke. Banjo is now Microsoft's legacy. It is now. They rewrote history. I don't have much faith in modern rare. I don't know what to expect for this new Perfect Dark. I'll give it a shot. Can't be much worse than Zero. I liked Cameo. Cameo, I think, was their last really good game. I think David would say the Killer Instinct fighting game was good, but I never played it myself. I didn't sit down and play that. It's free to play, but I think like all the seasons and characters cost something, but I may actually try that now. But that new Battletoads, ooh. No, that art style was horrible. I think it missed like the gritty nature of Battletoads, like the hard rock white trash kid core of Battletoads. And if you're not a white trash, if I can't go down to the boonies of Missouri and present Battletoads, like if I can't show it off to a redneck dirt biking salt of the earth white trash kid, and they say, "Whoa, man, this is awesome. This is fucking good. This is a fucking good game," is what this is. If I can't show off your Battletoads game, you've missed the point. Battletoads is peak white trash kid core. And they missed it. Now they went with like Southern California Steven Universe core, and that is not Battletoads. If you're making an Adventure Time game, I could see that. If you're making a Rick and Morty game, I could see that, but not Battletoads. I hope they won't make the same mistake twice. Same thing. It's like Conquer. It's like nobody wants to play Conker's Pocket Tales. Nobody wants the Conker from Diddy Kong Racing. Okay? That's not the Conker we want. We want the dirty Southern Wales, South Wales, alcoholic, poo swimming Conker. We want the hopping on sunflower titties Conker. Okay? Nobody wants Conker's Pocket Tales Conker. Okay? Nobody wants Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles Battletoads. That's exactly what that game is. Like the ugly, terrible art style Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles. Ever since Ninja Turtles hit Nickelodeon, it's been awful. That's what that Battletoads was. That's why it was $20, $15, $5 after that. My hair light just went out there. My green light. Oh, well. You can still see me for the most part. It's telling me, that was my warning light, telling me I got to wrap up this stream. It's been a good stream, though. I wanted to check in on you guys, tell you that I love you. That this is a real this ain't just a parasocial relationship through the screen. We are best friends. I actually love you. You're not allowed to see me in real life, but I am your friend, and I will accept your money. Thank you so much for the super chats today. You guys went wild on me. You went wild all up on this stream. I don't know what to say, but thank you for that. I wasn't expecting it. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you to all the members that I saw in the chat today. I saw one double Hassie can. We got a 2-monther in there. We had a couple 2-monthers in there. Every month that you are a member of this channel, you get custom, unique badges hand-designed by me in Photoshop. I did the pixel art. I did it all. Hand-designed by me. You also get the custom emotes in the chat, and you also get to support the channel. Thank you so much for that. It's been a wild stream. I was not expecting this like a dragon. If you haven't already, go watch Dark Dreams Don't Die. The devastating drama of Dark Dreams Don't Die. Brought to you by Hikiko. Brought to you by me. The only D4 documentary out there on the internet. The only one. Until Did You Know Gaming makes theirs next month. No, the only D4 documentary out there. Actually, it's the second one. I've made a couple of D4 videos before where I covered the surrounding drama. There's the post-mortem. I made the D4 post-mortem. And I made Saving D4, The Mystery of Season 2. I made a few. But this is like the only feature-length one, so go watch it. It's good. Even if you've never played D4, it is worth watching because I cover some crazy deep lore Xbox One drama stuff, too. It's got it all. Yes, so go watch that. Go watch the Sweary Files playlist. If you don't know, I put all the cool streams on the cool stream playlist on the channel. So if you want to watch past streams, they are unlisted on the cool stream playlist. You can go check it out, see your chats, see all the funny ha-has that I did. That's where they are. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming out. You guys paid for Like a Dragon for me. You guys paid for this game, so I appreciate that because you know what? This is the best game I played all year. I don't regret a single cent, a single penny I played on this. I put on this. I bought it on eBay, the Steelbook Daiichi edition, and I really love it. And I think you guys should definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's on everything except Switch, but maybe one day. Dragon Quest got over to Switch. Isn't that weird? But thank you so much for coming out to this cool stream. Let's see. Brian says, yes, Rare is an Xbox game studio. YHDH says, Xbox One is like 3/4 the GPU power of the PS4, and the difference was huge. Yeah, the base model Xbox One cannot hold the candle to the base model PS4. But the tables have turned. The hashtag, what is it? The hashtag world's most powerful gaming console? I guess it's up against the KFC console now. The KFC, the Kentucky Fried PC, but that's its competition. I don't know. Guys, I swear to God, I promise you, if they release that Cooler Master KFC console, And my Patreon, I don't know, hits something like $300-$400. If it ever hits that, which I don't think it ever will, but if I ever get enough to purchase it, I will try my hardest and get that fucking KFC console, that KFC machine. You guys seen that? Kentucky Fried Chicken and Cooler Master putting out this PC, and it has a chicken warming basket in there. I will go to KFC, which I don't like to go to. I don't like Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm a Popeyes man. Louisiana goodness, Popeyes, where they grind up cornflakes and put it in the batter. I'm a Popeyes man, but I will go and eat nasty ass KFC. I will buy chicken wings and put it in that warming basket, and I will stream that shit, and I will do a Sean Faust special. That's your Deep Channel Awesome Lore Sean Faust special. I will get the bucket of chicken, I will get the tub of peanut butter, and I will mix it together, and I'll put it in my KFC warming basket, and we'll do that, but only then. Okay, I'm keeping my eyes on it. Okay, I'm keeping my eyes on the KFC console. That was fucking hilarious. I'm a sucker for cross promotion, like Sneak King when the Burger King games came out, which I have 3 reviews on David King's channel, King Game Review. Type in Sneak King Game Review, you'll find it. That's the earliest Hikiko stuff right there. That was like one of the earliest reviews I ever did was a sneaking. But when they did that cross promotion, when Yonoid came out, I was first in line back in the 80s, and I got that. I love cross promotions. McKids, McDonald's Treasure Land, Adventure, I love it all. So anytime there's a weird cross promotion, I'll get my Rascal scooter out, and I will go through the drive-thru and be like, "Hello? Excuse me. I want the Mario Happy Meal with the Mario toys. Give me your Sonic toys. I'm not leaving this drive-thru unless you give me your Sonic toys." So yeah, that's I love cross promotion. So yes, please support the channel if you can. I appreciate it. With that said, my name's Hikiko. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Cool Stream. Happy 2021. Can't get much worse. Happy 2021. I'll be here for you. Be here right with you. Check the Hikikomori Cool Stream